I'm Shelby Bauer and welcome to the Sugar Scoop. Today I'm going to show you a top secret decorating technique. This technique won me the Innovator Award at That Takes the Cake in Round Rock 2018. I heard from a secret source that I stumped all the judges and they didn't know how I did this. So that was pretty exciting. It's how I make super realistic edible clouds. To make beautiful, fluffy, yummy clouds, I start off with Yerner's pastillage recipe. If you don't know what pastillage is, it's really similar to gum paste. It dries harder. It doesn't have any kind of like Crisco or anything in it, so it won't melt in the microwave, and that's a really important part of cloud making because you don't want it to melt. All right, so let's get started. So when I made Yerner's pastillage recipe, mine turned out really dry and crumbly, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna use it anyway. This is what pastillage is supposed to look like. So, and he does have tips on how to make it come out like this if yours comes out really dry. So just, his channel's amazing. So subscribe to his channel and watch all his videos. I took the really crumbly pastillage and all I did was take a little bit, and I think the crumbliness is really important because it adds to the cloud and makes it like have different like dimension and like different like poofs and stuff going on. So this is actually kind of a big cloud, but so I would make a little ball like this and then set it aside and let it dry. So I'm gonna make 3 of them just to show you guys like different sizes. And I'm working with a new microwave, so we'll see how this baby makes clouds. It might burn them. You can very easily burn this because you can burn sugar super easy. So I'm going to make another one that's a little smaller. This is more of like the size that I made when I was working on my big project. If you guys like making clouds as much as I do, then like this video and subscribe to my channel where I'll be uploading videos every Wednesday at 2. And I'll make one more. And if you guys have worked with pastillage before, you know that pastillage dries out super fast. So if you have it uncovered, you already have a skin on it in like a minute. I just let them kind of develop that skin. But my thought process was that the skin would help it keep the bubbly shape. Who knows if that's true or not. Anyway, so I found this container, which was like perfect for cloud making. If you have a bowl that has high sides, that's the best, and a small bottom, like you don't want it to be too big. And I made a huge cloud formation with a bunch of small clouds. So you don't have to make like one big cloud. I tried to do that, and I burned this huge piece of pastillage, and it was disgusting and made my whole house smell like nasty, I don't even know what, forever, and it was so gross. So definitely make your clouds in small pieces, even if your goal is to make something large like I did. So you take, this is just a parchment square, and you stick it into your little bowl, and I like to leave the sides up. I don't press them out. So it helps the cloud kind of puff up and keep going up, which is what you want. So let's start off with this big one I made and see what happens. So I'm just going to put it in the bowl, and then put it in my microwave. And I'm going to start out with 30 seconds and see what that does. So on my other microwave, I did like a minute to a minute 30, but this microwave runs a little bit hotter. That my other microwave doesn't work that well. So this microwave might work a little better. So 30 seconds seems to be really good in this one. So you definitely, this is something that you need to troubleshoot and just test out and see like what works and what doesn't work, because you could come out with all different kinds of. A cloud is done. cloud, or did you sink and die? Okay, so this one sank and died. You guys can see, sank and died, not a cloud. So that was too short of time. So we're gonna do it again. And I was worried that one was a little big. Remember I said that? Okay, so we're gonna do it again. And we're gonna do the small one. I'm gonna do it for 30 seconds again because the other one was pretty big. Let's see what happens. So I'll just show you guys. It should be hard as a rock, and you should be able to take it out. But this is just a mess. This is not a cloud. Fail. Fail, fail, fail. Take a sip while I'm waiting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do we have a cloud? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a cloud. Okay, so I'm going to let it sit and cool for a second. This one worked out perfectly. Definitely, like I said, stick with the smaller amounts. But it looks beautiful, and I'm just going to put it aside for a second. And what's great about the parchment, don't use wax paper. Doesn't work. Is you can just pull it out and then let it kind of just cool a little bit. So we're going to make another one with this one. Put it in there. We'll do 30 seconds again. We're going to see what happens. Do we have a cloud? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a cloud. All right, so I'm going to unmold this one. And really, it's just like a poofy ball, right? So I'll let this one cool down a little bit. This technique is not that new of a technique. Yerner has a video on his channel of making like coral using this. But what I did was I made it bubble a little bit more by using the smaller container, and then I carved out the back side. So I just took a knife, carved out the back, and like I took a lot of that bulk out. So I pretty much just make a hollow shell, right? And then what's so great about the hollow shell is like I use these lights, right? And then when you put the lights behind it, you can really see them through the cloud. And I used rain LED lights, and they worked really well. So when you carve out the back and make it really thin, then you can really see through it, which is great. So let's see. Our other cloud. Yeah, see how pretty and poofy that is? And then all I did to make the big clouds was take some royal icing and glue these all together. And that's it. So, and then once I glued them all together, it looked like a big giant cloud. So it was just a bunch of these really small ones put together. But this would be great for like a kid's cake. It actually tastes good. This is homemade, so tastes really good. It tastes like a bunch of sugar. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 2.